Hello and welcome to the Foxhole cast. I'm Una.
And I'm Nate.
And today we are here to tell you about a very special book series. That series is, of course, All for the Game by Nora Sakovich. I was gonna challenge you to try and explain the plot in 30 seconds.
Ooh, okay.
Go.
So basically, it's like if you got sold to One Direction, but One Direction is a sports team that only recruits bad people, and the people selling you isn't your mom, it's a gang that has your mom in it, but they killed your mom. And so now you need to go to this school and train so you can play XC. But then there's this dude who's like in love with you, but he also likes violence.
4, 3,
Oh
2,
shit, oh, is that it?
1.
That's all the important parts.
Yeah, I think you pretty much nailed it. Yeah, it's about this guy named Neil. He's 18 and he is on the run from his father, he's like a mob boss.
Yeah.
So Neil is on the run. Recently his mom died, but they were on the run together for a while. But now Neil is all on his own, and all he has left in his life to bring him joy is XC. A sport that the author made up. It's kind of like indoor lacrosse. Basically, the plot is that Neil, even though he's trying to hide his identity and be on the run, he goes to play XC for this college team of misfits.
Yes.
And there he finds out that there's more mafia stuff going on than he thought. And there's a lot of like mysterious characters that he comes into contact with, and he kind of gets all wrapped up in their drama.
Which is also his own drama from the past coming back to haunt him. It's like if the thing you wrote in middle school when you had no like filter or boundaries, but that made you feel like so safe and warm, was published as a book.
It's like if you wrote a mobster AU of a sports anime.
Yeah.
So like pretend that there's a sports anime and it's completely normal, and write a fan fiction about it where you give everyone the craziest, most violent, traumatic backstories, and then you put them together, but you still have this like found family thing going on. Mm-hmm. There's a reason that even the fans of this series don't recommend the books to other people.
Yeah, although you did.
I do, because I enjoy inflicting book series on my friends. But I also, like, warn them it's very graphic and violent, and it's not good. Like, the first book is not good.
Yeah.
I guess when you think of the All for the Game series, what do you love about it and what do you hate about it?
I mean, love the homoerotic violence. I think the plot is actually, it didn't make any goddamn sense to me last time, like the ending, but now I'm like, oh, I see like how she's setting things up and how all these things are interweaving. I like that.
I really love just how weird the characters are. The characters behave in ways that no real human being would ever behave. But if you're just with it, it's like funny, and there's this found family aspect, and a lot of it is about characters overcoming trauma, and there's a lot of queer representation, which is very unique.
More queer dirtbag representation.
Yeah, for real.
It's here. You might not like it, but this is what peak performance looks like.
Yeah, but like to get to that like beautiful found family overcoming trauma queer rep part, you have to wade through the actual trauma of all of these characters, and it's very graphic. There's parts that are very like homophobic and racist and sexist. So you do have to put up with a lot of shit to get to the good stuff. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, that is the question though. Are these books good or are they bad?
That really is the question.
And that is what we're trying to figure out on this podcast. Like, what makes the Foxhole Court so unique? Why do people like it? Why do people hate it? Why does it work or not work? We aren't the biggest, most dedicated fans of the series, but we are perplexed and fascinated by this series. And I think that this podcast is just our way of trying to figure out why we're so fascinated by it.
Right.
So yeah, humble listener, what do you think? Is the All for the Game series good, bad, complicated? Let us know your thoughts at thefoxholecasters@gmail.com or on social media. We're on Tumblr, Instagram, and YouTube at thefoxholecast, all one word. You can find all of these links and more at thefoxholecast.card.co. Until next time, thanks for listening.
You were amazing.